Okay, utility GIS maps.
It's another one of those things where I would like to have some action sometime. It's not imperative that we would act on it tonight, but I wanted to get a proposal from Beanstra and Kim. They're doing a comprehensive plan about taking those utility maps that they've been doing as part of the comp plan process and changing those into GIS maps for the water and sewer system. So what they would do is get GPS markings on, for the water system they would do hydrants and valves, and they'd also do manholes for the sanitary sewer system. And what we would end up with then is at least a system of the mains where we would have just very accurate GPS locations of them, and we can start the construction of a GIS system on water and sewer. I just think this is something that is extremely important for us to keep working towards over, whether it's now or over the next few years, because the vast amount of knowledge about water and sewer, our water and sewer system, most of it is only in Jack's head. And we need to keep working at this over time to get that down on paper or in a digital format like this. What they say is that the best time to do this is either going to be in spring, and it would occur right now, or it would be in fall after the leaves drop again. They have a lot of problems getting the thing to work correctly while there's, get really good location off the GPS when it's when the leaves are on the tree. So we're not prepared to do this spring. So as a matter of timing, it would be fall before we get ready to do this at all. So I'd like for you to consider this. I'd like for you to I'd like to take any more direction from you about what you'd like to see as alternatives. But we've explored GIS systems, and I didn't realize that it was several years ago when we explored these. And the costs back then were significantly higher than the $7,900 that they're proposing here. So
what are we left with? What is the tangible, what am I saying? What is it that we're left with as a result?
It's digital mapping.
So it's all digital then.
Basically, all Jack does now, like during a power outage, you go and you look through a whole bunch of old maps and you lay it out.
And they're not accurate.
No.
So when they need to be accessed, what do they use? Do you guys all have computers and everything? Like, where would you access them?
Anywhere. It's going to be up here.
So that would they would be readily accessible.
Oh yeah.
And this would be a big step into the future for the Public Works Department. They have one laptop computer down at the sewer plant.
What does this, what does this lead into as far as technology investment to facilitate the, is it I was getting at ultimately, was this going to require, handheld devices or something they're going to want to take in the field, that kind of thing to utilize. So,
to fully utilize, yeah, certainly.
So there's more cost.
You end up with a GPS system where
that was what I was getting at.
Somebody would be able to go out and find that valve just simply by having a GPS system.
Can't just go to Cabela's and get one?
Yeah. But then you can do shut-off too. You can do every curve stop.
There's a lot more that's involved, I think, to really utilize things, right?
You might put on the first cost first.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, is that, was this budgeted? It was budgeted for the coming?
Yeah, July.
And what was the amount that was budgeted?
$20,000.
We've talked about it for a couple of years.
Yeah, I remember. I just have come up a few times. I think it's, certainly a necessity to do. I just want to make sure we're fully aware. I'm just one of those people that, from the technology side, I don't like to see, well, we need this to be able to use it, we need that to be able to leverage it, we need, let's just kind of look at it comprehensively and say, this is what it's going to cost us do this process and then just utilize it.
I've not done a good job of putting it all together yet.
And I think it's premature,
But sometime in the end too, Jeff's gonna be able to update it without these people that are gonna do this.
Certainly, yep.
So
Yep.
when we add
As long
a
as we
new
have the local
electric
use.
line or a new division sewer line somewhere, he's gonna be able to go up, punch that in, so it'll stay there.
Yes. Because the base map out of this is the Sac County GIS system. And that's how we access the system is, it uses the same base map as that.
So it'll be through Beacon, like SAC is, or? You're talking about?
Our map levels are probably hosted locally.
Okay.
Okay. But using the same base map is what,
And is software required to do that, to access and edit?
no. Not, to access, no. To edit, maybe.
So, those kind of things I just would like to have a better idea about. I mean, I think it's very important, I think we should do it, I just want to make sure we have an idea of what the whole investment's going to involve. Because if you've got information, you've got data, it's only valuable if it's information. You got to be able to get to it. You got to be able to update it. Otherwise, it's a waste of time.
We can just keep exploring that.
Yeah, I will come up with more of a comprehensive look at that.
Okay, nuisances.
I hate to belabor that, but my ultimate concern is too is what happens in 20 years. Well, one thing when 20 years later we're looking at a hard copy map. There's another thing 20 years later with digital media, and what happens when that software that you're using to access or edit, becomes obsolete. I'm just curious because those are things that probably have a longer lifespan than most technology data points, right? I mean, these are things that are going to live on in infinity.
Well, it'll be like a POI, I mean, point of interest, where it's going to be like north 42, and it'll go 8 decimal points, and then you can just put that in. Usually, like the GPSs that I've got through work, you just take all those points of interest and they'll just, because longitude and latitude really never change.
Yeah, no, I understand. I just don't have an appreciation for what software or what have you is used to access those POIs.
So in other words, when Microsoft 7 million comes out, will our stuff still be good?
And it's incompatible, or the viewer and editing software is incompatible. There's a lot of things that, businesses from a transactional perspective don't have to worry about, but from,
Well, they have to change the software, they won't make money.
Well, yeah, of course, that's a necessity.
I like the old
Software
Excel, but
companies.
they have to make the new one.
It was much better. So, those kind of things, I just, from a long-term perspective, will there be a printed image as sort of a, backup, if you will? I hate to be so archaic in that perspective, but, just things I think we need to just be cognizant about, because it is really taking a leap for us, so.
No, that's very true.
What do we use to back up our data today, locally? We used it all.
CDs. We back up everything onto CDs. Kate takes them all.
Must be carbonite.
We probably need to, as we continue to invest in technology, look at that.
As far as online backup and everything.
Yeah, something else.
So Rush Limbaugh always talks about.
Yeah,
That's carbonite.
Yeah, it's carbonite.
Well, I was talking about something Russian. What?
Shame on you.
Let me reevaluate.
I must be wrong now.
Woo, we gotta take us all back.
She's gonna have the big one.
Too late. Edith?